That's a good question. Let's do some vegan teacher stuff. So, for those who missed my previous streams on the vegan teacher is an ex-teacher who is a vegan. Of course, there's nothing wrong with being vegan. It's a great choice both for health and ethics for people if that's what they choose to do. My girlfriend's a vegan. I eat plenty of her vegan cooking, and it's good. Being vegan, completely fine. I have absolutely nothing against veganism, obviously. Don't like the vegan teacher, though, because she's condescending and makes everything about her and how great she is. So let's take a look at some of her content.
Oh my god.
Someone posts, my friend literally died from malnutrition because of your posts. Wrong version of your. I tried to get him to meet, but he was committed and died because of you. Obviously fake post, but okay.
Your friend died trying to be vegan? Oh, I feel terrible. Oh my god, what did he eat? What did he eat that killed him? Was it a banana? A carrot? Was it broccoli? Oh god. Maybe it was dates and figs?
Okay, look, I think the post is just someone trolling her, but like, if it was true, this would be the rudest thing to do. The post said the friend died of malnutrition, like they weren't getting their macronutrients in their new vegan diet. So it's completely disingenuous to be like, did a banana kill them? Well, no, that's not what they said happened. They didn't say they were poisoned. They said they died of malnutrition. Which, again, I think probably didn't happen.
Was it soy milk or tofu? Oh my god, he died, eh? And you tried really, really hard to make him eat meat, yeah? Shit. But did you try hard enough? Like, did you take him and just, like, force him down and just say, man, you gotta eat this dead pig. You gotta eat this bacon to save your life. Did you do that? You know? Did you make him eat a sausage? Did you, like, shove a chicken wing down his throat? I don't know if you tried hard enough, man.
Oh, no. Towing24 says, yeet this racist chud, get to the sovereign citizens. And Towing24 says, I got $20 that says she wrote this post with a sock account.
Eating animals is wrong, Trisha Paytas. Hurting animals is wrong, Trisha Paytas. Share this song and change your entire life to be vegan from now on.
What percentage of the shirts in her closet have something to do with veganism on them? Over, under 45%. What do you guys think? Because it seems like half the time she's on camera, it's a shirt that says something about being vegan. Strumbly for Wi-Fi says, did you know you can die of malnutrition from eating just lean meat? It's called rabbit starvation. Neat. Daddy Sume says 100%.
I sang that song, and I put it on TikTok, and it has over 21 million views. Now, the reason I want to tell you about it, Trisha, is because I saw a video recently of you eating McDonald's in your car with, I guess, your boyfriend, your mom, and maybe it was your sister. I don't know. Now, honestly,
this is the thing she'll do, by the way. She'll just, like, see other popular TikTok creators or whoever, YouTubers, whatever, and then just, like, call them out for not being vegan. Just randomly, just random ones, because this is it's a clout chasey thing. Again, it's not as important that she convinces, in my opinion, it feels like it's not as important that she actually convinces people to be vegan. It's important that other people see her attempting to turn people vegan. That's the vibe I get from all of this, is that it's about, like, self-aggrandizement and, like, I'm so much better than you. That's just the vibe I get. Hakujin says, how can someone be so aggressively passive-aggressive?
I don't really know you. I just saw you flashed on my TikTok. But I saw a few things, and a few things alarm me. Now, before I became a school teacher, I was working as a registered nurse for 25 years. So I was looking at you and what you're eating.
So she's your average 2012 YouTuber.
And to be honest with you, I think you already know that the way you're eating is not healthy. But that's not my concern right now. My concern is the animals and what you are promoting on your channel. I want you to be vegan from now on, Trisha. Listen, you know the life that you're living right now. All this fame and all this free stuff that you get. It's shallow. It's just superficial. It's just going to come all crashing down one day. And then where are you going to be?
This is a good way to get your audience to respect you and listen to what you have to say by saying your entire life is a lie, you're a shallow bitch, and you're gonna die poor. Now stop eating meat. Tucker White says, oh, I've already read that one. Towing24 says, real Susan Sarandon, Glenn Greenwald, horseshoe left energy. Daddy Sume with link says, ha 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 ha. Oh no. Purple Nickel with 100 bits says, this is giving me vibes of when Sorsha called out PewDiePie for not being vegan. Also, you missed some of my bits. I'll go back. I apologize. All that ever comes to mind is when I hear about Power Rangers is Brandon Rogers' video. I'm not familiar, I don't think.
What you need to do, Trisha, is look deep inside of you and see where do you want to be as a human being down the road.
Disney World. I want to be in Disney World. I haven't been to a theme park in a long time. Schmoop B, thanks for subscribing with 4 months, says, woohoo, love what you do. Ooh, that rhymed. Tucker White with 20 bits says, Christ, I feel like I'm back in church.
3 months, 6 months, a year. Okay, and even think further ahead.
I want to sneak into Disney World and live on the boat in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. The ship, not like the ride car, but the fake pirate ship you go by at the beginning. I'm going to live on the pirate ship.
What do you want them to say about you after you've died? What do you want them to have written down on your tombstone? Or
that's a good question. What do I want people to remember about me when I die? You guys are the people who are going to remember me, along with my loved ones in real life, obviously. But I think a lot of you will hopefully at least think of me in passing or something. Someday down the road, 50 years from now, maybe think like, oh yeah, remember that streamer who wore the hats? I remember that. Here's what I want you to remember. Oh, I should have come up with some sage advice or something. Pants are prisons. Don't take yourself too seriously. Dab on them haters. Those are the 3 things. Freaking Out 99 says on my tombstone, I want dead. No big surprise.
have people say at your funeral that she was this popular star.
How about we put one of those QR codes on my tombstone that when you scan it, it sends you to a Danzy video? Shi Hakujin says, Shi Hakujin had a huge dong.
Star who got into a lot of drama. Or
I don't think it'd be pretty tough to chroma key this background because her hair is also a very similar shade. Standing next to this, a lot of it's because it's like bouncing back onto her hair, but
would you like them to be able to say something about who you are inside once you found out what happened to the animals? Now, if you ever see this video, you are going to be responsible from now on to do your part. You have so many followers, and when you sit there and do a commercial for McDonald's sitting in a car, I can't even begin to tell you the harm that that does.
Eating McDonald's in your car during a video isn't an ad for McDonald's. Necessarily. It could be if it's sponsored content. But people eat food in their car and do vlogs and stuff all the time. Sometimes people do, like, mukbang videos or whatever, which I think are kind of gross, but people do them. People like them. They get views. It's fine. And I don't think this lady convinced that many people to eat McDonald's, considering McDonald's is, like, the number one... how to phrase this? Out of any single entity, McDonald's feeds the most people on Earth per day. I think they're fine. Be very careful, John with 25-bit says, my tombstone is going to read, Oh, I should have come up with some sage advice or something. Not bad. Stromboli for Wi-Fi says, Tombstone reads, he once caught a fish this big, wide arms under. Daddy Sume says, I'll think of you, Hannah, always. I love you. And then it's a picture of Helga Pataki's Arnold shrine from Hey Arnold. Tucker White says, while we're on Disney World, you think anyone who's Jeff Bezos rich could just call up either Bob Iger or Bob Chapek and arrange for a Keep the Distinguishing Plebs Out day? That's a good question. I don't know. I looked this up once because I had a similar question. I basically looked up what is the typical average day's profit for Disney World or a Disney World park. So in theory, my thought was if it just was like a monetary thing where it's like, I will pay you exactly or maybe even over exactly what you typically make on a day, but your overhead will be lower because it's only me and my family in the park. It's a lot of money. So, I don't know. I feel like they probably wouldn't just because the opportunity cost of that isn't great, considering it would make people look pretty poorly on the park. And every time a kid goes to Disney World, you're sort of training that kid to want to come back to Disney World, if not this year or next year or 5 years, then someday with their kids. So you miss out on a whole day of thousands and thousands of kids experiencing, Disney World. You're losing potential customers and stuff. It's a little weird. Purple Nickel with 100 bits says, I wouldn't want a tombstone. I want to do that thing where they mix your ashes in soil and plant a tree in it. I want to be a weeping willow tree. Oh, that's nice.
You are basically telling all of your followers, young people, old people, that it is okay to eat these horrible, disgusting products that come from so much violence.
Besides, they already do things at Disney where you can, if you're a really rich person and you want to go to Disney World, you can pay for special packages where if you're like a celebrity or a huge CEO or whatever, they'll just assign you a cast member. Disney's employees are called cast members. They'll assign you a cast member to take you in the underground tunnels between the rides, and they'll just put you to the front of the line, and then you don't have to deal with any of the... I think that's not very fun, personally, because a lot of the fun, I think, of Disney World and other theme parks is sort of being in them around other people, when there isn't COVID, of course. Taking in the atmosphere and all the shops and the landscaping and the theming. I feel like you lose out on a lot of the experience if you just go underground tunnel to ride, but I'm not a wealthy, famous person, so... Bardlock Moses says, I ran into Michael Jackson with 20 security around him in Disney World when I was a kid. Ooh, that must have been a while ago.
Violent.
Disney makes $19.86 million a day. Yeah. Pretty good.
I want you to watch a movie, okay? The movie is called Dominion Movement. And how you find it is you go to watchdominion.com. That's it. It's all one word. Watchdominion.com. Watchdominion.com. Type it.
I'm obviously not going to be able to play any of this, because it's almost certainly going to have animal abuse, but let me take a look. Let me skim through just on my own to see what this is all about. I assume it's a bit like, oh gosh, what's the name of the Joaquin Phoenix one? Earthlings, I think? Oh, it's immediate. It is immediately bad. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Some female pigs are kept on to replace the sows in the breeding cycle, carefully selected for...
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. I'm good. I've said this before, and I'll say it again here for posterity's sake, I don't agree with factory farming. I think it's shitty, and I recognize that the animals are treated fucking terribly. So I agree.
Fit in, watchdominion.com. I'm saying it many times because I really want you to memorize it. I want you to go there, and I want you to...
Is it just factory farm gore porn? Yeah.
Watch the whole thing. I want you to bring a big box.
It was, they were going through, you probably don't want me to describe it.
Box of Kleenex because it'll probably make you cry. Unless you have a heart of stone. And
Tucker White says translation should be read as Valley Girl. Like, OMG, Stacy, what the fuck are you thinking? Eating meat? You're ruining the feng shui of our movement chakra.
I really don't think that you do. Now, what this movie is going to show you is that there's a whole life out there that you have no idea about, and it has to do with how much suffering goes on that you don't see. Billions of animals are suffering. It is not what you think. Everybody thinks, oh, I know what goes on in factory farms. Oh, I know it's terrible. But you don't. You don't.
I mean, no offense, but that's as shocking as it still is to see that kind of, like, terrible conditions for animals. That's basically what I expected it to be. I've seen them before. It sucks.
I thought I knew. And that movie broke me. That and one before called Earthlings. Earthlings. Remember those two. Earthlings, you can watch it on Netflix, or Dominion Movement, which you can get to watchdominion.com. I want you to watch those videos, and I want you to come out of there ready to be a new person. Trisha, this kind of life with these fake fingernails and all of this crap that you get, just junk, these purses with the fur stuff on them or whatever, it's just bullshit. That is such a shallow life. You're not put on this earth to do that. You got to transform completely. This is not about your body image. Okay, I'm not talking about even your own health right now, but everything will change once you become vegan. Because being vegan is not about us. It's about others who have no voice. Once you start figuring out what we do in these industries to the chickens, the cows, and the pigs, the horrific way that they are treated, once that gets you here in your heart and in your head, Trisha, you will be changed forever. And you will be motivated to change your fans. I mean, everything will change. It will be like a domino effect. When you change, your followers will change. Everybody will stop going to McDonald's. Everybody will start caring about the animals. And this is how we will change the world for the better. The oceans need to be cleaned up. We need to get the garbage out of there that the poor whales are being forced to eat. We have to clean the skies, the air. We need to reduce our greenhouse gases. All of these things have to do with the way that we treat the environment, with the packaging that comes from places like McDonald's, everything that you just eat and just throw away after, and all of the suffering that comes from these animals and how terrible it is.
Didn't McDonald's change their wrapping recently? Hold on. I'm just curious if it was purely aesthetic or if it was any sort of, like, it's more biodegradable or something. Just curious. Because it would be nice if it was, because I imagine a lot of their fucking, you know, burger wrappers and stuff and just end up in shitty places or whatever. Nah, it must just have been aesthetic change. Oh god, that's not what they look like. But the wrapping did change recently around me. I don't know. Shi-Hakujin with 100 bits says, speaking of Dominion, I'm a contractor for a power company called Dominion, and I had more than one person angrily ask about voting machines when it was election season. Oh, people are dumb. Daddy Sume says she's the worst type of vegan, like the I don't want to say that. I sort of agree, though. Freaking Out 99 says, when I learned about factory farming in school, they showed us this parody educational animated film called The Matrix. Oh, God. Shadow Witch says, end his suffering in the most violent, horrible, grotesque way possible after hearing Hannah use that Valley Girl accent and hopes the asteroid to end humanity is on its way. All your fault, Hannah. Oh, yeah, hi. I hope you're good. Oh my god, guys, are you saying that you don't like when I use this totally cool Valley Girl accent? What if I just wanted to be like Kimberly, the pink Power Ranger, guys?
For the environment. We are cutting down forests to plant crops, to feed animals that we breed into existence to begin with. Everybody says things like, well, if we stop eating the animals, they will overpopulate. But no, because we breed them, we force them to be there in the first place.
That's not an argument I've typically heard against factory farming. I think most people know that those animals get bred by human beings, but okay.
It's unnatural. Do you know that there's only 4% of animals that are living in the wild right now? And the rest are all in farms? They are being mass produced and lined up as if they are in a concentration camp, and that's exactly what it is. It's like nobody learned anything from World War II. We just...
Again, I don't like when she compares non-human animals to the Holocaust. Not great. Human non-dancer, thank you for following, and Lenka635, thank you for following.
Literally took these places and we gashed these pigs. It is horrific. Every time I open up my Instagram, do you know what I see? It's filled with animal rights activists. And I see the pain and the slaughter and the undercover footage, things that I'm not allowed to put on TikTok, and things that people must see because it's the only way to get them to care. Trisha, I'm asking you to please watch that documentary.
Daddy Sume says, yeah, lady, go say that to a Jewish person and see how long you go unpunched.
But not just that. To tell your audience to watch it. But not just that. I want you to start being vegan from now on. Little by little. Baby steps, okay? I'm not asking you to do anything drastic, but just to start talking in your videos about what you're eating. I want you to say things like this. That vegan teacher talked to me, and it's made me think about what's on my plate. And now every time I look at these animals, these dead animals, these suffering animals, and
I wonder if she's ever done a video on Nikocado Avocado, considering he used to be vegan, and now he's like the opposite of vegan.
Especially, I want you to think about the dairy industry, where we rape these poor mother cows, and when they have their babies, we take them away and we kill the baby boys.
I don't like that comparison either. Krizia says, she's been very dishonest with that 4% number because it's only mammals, and by biomass, domesticated animals are bred specifically for size. Yeah.
We turn them into veal. And the mothers are put back into the cycle of violence of being enslaved for their entire lives, which are short. Because as soon as they are spent, they call it, unable to give as much milk, they're murdered at about the age of 4. Whereas normally they can live over 20. So, Trisha, I ask you again, please look at what's on your plate. I want you to make videos and I want you to talk. If you don't want to mention me, that's fine. You can just mention veganism in general, because I know you made fun of vegans in your video on in the car there about how they're pushy or something. It was definitely a derogatory term. But I'm not angry with you or anything, because I honestly don't know you at all, and I have no idea how much you know about veganism. And I'm going to assume that you know nothing, and you really don't understand what's going on with the animals. And in that case, you're innocent right now, Trisha. If you don't know, if you've never seen the footage and really have no connection, okay, but now that you've seen this video of me talking to you and asking you to go and watch Dominion.com, now you have a responsibility to do it. And all of your followers should watch it too. And all of those people out there, maybe you don't care about the animals at all, and maybe you only care about Trisha's health, okay? At this point, that's fine. Convince her to stop eating and promoting these animal products, and we will get there slowly. A little bit of time.
Windchanter says, I made it. What are we doing today? Just looking at weirdos.
So, the homework, go to watch...
How do you not be nervous when streaming? That's a good question. I've been talking at cameras since, like, 2012. So I just got used to it over time, but I was certainly nervous at the beginning, especially when it came to like talking to people live. I started out on YouTube doing pre-recorded stuff, and it didn't start doing live stuff for quite a while, and the stream stuff here on Twitch is quite recent in the last year or so. But I think it's just something you get used to the more you do it. you sort of set a rhythm and a pace for yourself and figure out like when it's appropriate to interact with chat, when you should focus on whatever content you're doing. It's just like any other skill. You just get used to it, and the more you do it, the more competent you become at it, and the more competent you become at it, the more confident you become at it. So basically just doing it is the best way. And you got to know that it's going to be rough at first, and you're going to look back and you're going to like be like, oh, I didn't used to be as good. And that's okay. That's part of the process.
Dominion.com. Anybody who is a fan of Trisha's, I want you to tag her in this. Make sure that she watches it, because we have to change the world for the next generation. The planet is falling apart. We are losing so many species right now. And the pollution, and everybody is lost in this shallowness of fighting on YouTube about nothing. Drama that's ridiculous. We need to get in here. We need good people on Earth who are going to care beyond themselves. And Trisha, I'm nominating you as one of those people. Okay? You can be in this for the long haul and continue to be famous, but
her rhetorical technique is so bad. It's so bad. It's like she tries to, and I understand the intent to try and guilt someone and then tell them basically, I'm putting a responsibility on you, and that's supposed to convince them. But especially when you go about it in this way, it does the opposite and makes people resent the point you're trying to make. And it's not even that, like a lot of the things she's saying are absolutely true. Factory farming is repugnant, and the treatment of the animals is terrible so much of the time. But when she goes about it this way, it just doesn't work. Logarth with 20 bits says, as a cow furry, I still eat meat, including beef, but I try and eat local meat, which here in New England is actually a burgeoning market. That's cool.
For a good reason. Minimize all the stuff in your house. Get rid of things. Start to care about what's important in life. I think you can do it. I'm rooting for you. Take care, and this, I hope, is your first day of your journey. Be vegan from now on. See you later.
I think part of her problem is that when she was a teacher, I assume she taught pretty young kids, and she still uses that same cadence and tone and everything that she probably used with, like, the little kids. And when you're addressing adults or young adults, in the case of some of her videos, it just comes off as incredibly condescending, and no one likes to be condescended to. Wind Chanter with 20 bits says, yep, that's it, everyone. Pack up the planet. We're done. Make sure we salt the earth and burn the forest. Bitter old ass broad, thanks for gifting 2 subs to the community. What else? Carrot and hummus wrap? Yes, please. After this, we'll get on to some other stuff, conspiracies and sovereign citizen stuff.
Hey, do you like my new carrots and hummus sweater? Carrots and hummus, they go together like meat and my carrots and hummus sweater. Carrots and hummus, they go together. Eating them while wearing it, nothing could be better. Jump, jump, freeze, jump, jump, freeze. Ooh, C is for carrots, H is for hummus. No matter what day it is, you won't want to miss eating carrots and hummus when you're matching attire. Nothing could ever make you feel any higher. Jump, jump, freeze, jump, jump, freeze. Ooh, don't worry, it's not a sin to
The new Parappa the Rappa game looks like shit.
dip, 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 dip it in. It will be the climax of your day. You will see whether you do it in the kitchen or on a Zamboni. Jump, jump, freeze, jump, jump, freeze. Ooh, dance to this rap with your favorite hockey fans while dying.
I feel like watching The Vegan Teacher after you guys asked me to stop playing Danzy is a serious monkey paw situation. Please stop playing Danzy! Okay. There's wish number 1.
Up your skates or sitting in the stands. Being vegan is awesome, it's healthy and it's fun. Just Google vegan athletes to see how it's done. Jump, jump, freeze, jump, jump, freeze. Ooh, carrots and hummus, they go together like me and my carrots and hummus sweater. Carrots and hummus, they go together. Eating them while wearing it, nothing could be better.
I have seen her
Jump,
racist
jump,
video,
freeze,
yes.
Jump, jump, freeze.
Bitter old ass broad says, was she nominating Trisha?
Go vegan! vegan, everybody.
Petas?
For the
I'm not
animals,
sure. I don't know
for your
who
health,
that is.
for the
Wind Changer
planet,
says, no, I demand
and
more
make sure you
dancing.
send this
No more
video to
dancing
all
for the
hockey
day.
players and rappers that you know. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Yeah, that's hummus. Okay, that's vegan teacher. We'll probably cover her again on a Cringe stream or something, but I'm at my limit for her for now.